Oh, yes, they're here. The dream team is here. Oh, yes, they're here. The dream team is here.
There is literally nothing worse than thinking that what you're about to do is going to be a quick in and out sort of thing. Haha, in and out. And
wait, are you talking about the burgers or just quick sex?
Neither. I'm talking about when you go to pick somebody up, or you go. Like, you think it's going to be a quick in and out, and somebody corners you and just wants to talk, and it turns into what should have been a 2-minute transition turns into like a 30-minute talk that you don't even want to be a part of. That happened to me just a few moments ago.
No, it's better that than like when your mom's is like, "Yo, can you run me to the store real quick?" And I'm like, "All right, cool. We going to the store. I need to get some cigarettes. Cool. All right." Then she's like, "Okay, now I need to go to." You said you just needed some cigarettes. Like, why is this a 4-hour thing when all you said you needed was some damn cigarettes?
I've literally never had that happen, but I don't live in the same. I don't live in the same place with my parents, and my parents they all have cars, so like I never have to literally drive anyone anywhere. Like, but I'm always the person who tries to stop you to try to talk to you because like I hadn't seen you in a while. It's like, oh man, how your children? How are you? Like, you know, I want to talk to you. Like, how come you don't want to have a conversation with me right now?
Hit me up on Facebook, dog. I'm on my way.
Fuck your Facebook. I don't want to hear.
You one of them Southern niggas that could get these hands. That's what you're telling me. Because if you corner me anywhere to ask me how my kids are doing, I'm going to be like, Lefty's good. Lefty's all right.
I'm trying to believe and like, you know, experience life with other people. We're all in this Starship Earth together. And I'm trying to connect with you and you're mad at me because I care about you.
Oh, I connect with you.
I don't want to connect at all. I've been basically homebound for like the past 2 weeks. I barely left the house, and it has been greatness, absolute greatness.
Yeah, honestly, like I wouldn't leave the house if it wasn't for groceries. Like
that's the only reason. If
I could cut,
left the house recently.
If I could cut groceries out without it being weird and creepy, I would totally do it.
You got somebody to deliver. You ain't got no deliveries up there,
right?
I mean, that's the weird and creepy part. Like, I don't want to be that dude. Like, it's not weird and creepy for them to deliver. But it's weird and creepy for me to have like groceries delivered. Like, I don't want to like open the door. Like, oh yeah, bring in all those steaks this way. Like, I just don't like that.
You were just fine with that in Korea. I don't understand where
I didn't have groceries delivered in Korea. I had McDonald's delivered, which is different.
But there's McDonald's delivery here now.
That was just a delicious alarm clock.
It's crazy how now they're doing McDonald's deliveries once you get back stateside. And also Amazon delivers I almost said Star Wars. Safeway delivers.
Yeah, Amazon Fresh, Safeway does deliver. I think I kind of do go to the store sometimes though, just to remind myself of like humanity. Like every time I go there, I walk away like, oh, that's right. People are people too. So I mean, I think I need to go.
Every time I go to the grocery store, I encounter somebody who's dragging a screaming kid away from the cookies or the toys or the candy. And I'm like, nah, people never.
That's because you go to the grocery store in the hood. It just sounds like you're telling me you go to the grocery store in the hood.
No, if you hear about kids crying and stuff, that means I'm in the white stores. Because black folks tell their kids before you even walk in the store, don't ask me for nothing.
Right. That you get the speech. And then like if you try to grab something and your mom's would be like, shut up. And you like,
or I need something crying.
It is where I live. In. There's not a lot of kids at the grocery store where I live. There's always just like old people. Mm-hmm. It's always old people. It's never really kids.
Nah, I live near the grocery stores that still have like the rocking horse or the horse out front.
Yeah,
the
saddest excuse for like a time waster of all time.
Exactly. And it costs like 50 cents now. And I got mad about that. Like, who's going to pay 50 cents for that thing? It plays the Lone Ranger theme song.
No, that's like the air pump for like at the gas station is $1.50 now. And in my head, I can't help but think for what?
You ain't got no Wawas?
Like for what?
Wawas is free, dog.
Ain't no Wawas out here.
Nah, no Wawas, man.
So what you do is you go inside and you're like, yo, can you turn on the air? And usually they're like, okay, because I just work here.
No, like they're all independent here. So like they're so expensive here that they actually take credit cards.
I'm watching your face, dog. Like you making all the faces, dog.
Because he's doing his homework, and I'm cool with that. I just want to see him knock it out real quick. But he, now it's getting prepped for the homework part. So y'all watching the Super Bowl?
At least I'm not. But I haven't watched any football.
I'll just not watch the Super Bowl.
At least your child actually does their homework.
Yeah, it's been a month. He's been out of school off track for a month. The homework is due tomorrow. He has one more thing to get done before he can actually make the full project, have the project complete. And so he's getting that knocked out right now. But he don't want to do it. He thought he was done. He thought he was done on Friday, and this was a victory lap. So to find out that there's one more thing you got to do, it's like the way that I imagine he's feeling right now. And I'm not going to ask him because I don't want to throw him off from his homework. But the way I imagine he's feeling is like in Top Chef or Hell's Kitchen, where they're working on their food and they're almost done, and then the master chef comes in and says, "And one more surprise." You're like, yo. I was almost done. I was about to play. One more surprise. What you're going to do now is you're going to switch your food with the person to the left of you. Nah. And
then it's like making dinner for the family, and then you sit down to get ready to eat, and somebody goes, "Where's the bread?"
Nah. Here's what I've actually experienced recently. When you get done cooking dinner and you're about to sit down and you have family coming over, and somebody says, "Don't forget so-and-so's vegan."
They need to bring some vegan with them. No.
Why are they coming here? They know what we about.
Oh, yeah. So you told me you don't have some vegan recipes somewhere? Any vegan recipes?
No. That wasn't what this
so
was.
You don't have some hummus, some falafel?
No.
Oh, y'all sad. Y'all real sad.
Ain't no damn hummus.
I first of all, if you follow me on Instagram, which by the way you should, adjective_J on Instagram. Wait, where's the camera? There's my camera. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice I do vegan night. I do 3 or 4 nights of vegan a week. We do falafel, we do hummus, we do eggplant, quinoa. I'm telling you, man, you need to roll vegan a couple nights out of your week. You might live a little longer.
No, what you're saying is that you need to implement.
Damn right, Tali. Hummus is indeed the shit.
You need to implement more vegetarian options into your life, which I just finished eating some hummus earlier, but I don't have full vegan options, no cheese. No anything egg-based. No,
that's the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, I can't have cheese.
You just hear me say
not cheese
that I have. I just finished.
I can't not have cheese.
And let's rewind back a little bit to where I was only eating cauliflower and rice and beans and for 2 months. So I've done vegan. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
rice and beans. Okay, wait. Rice and beans aren't always vegan. It doesn't count if you cook the rice and beans inside bacon or animal fat.
To his credit, he did say, to his credit, when he first started the conversation, before you cut him off the first time, he did say adding more vegetarian options.
Yeah, I heard that.
But you're just, you're just being that dude. By the way, Facebook just handed out friend awards for my friends. Tally got biggest heart. Scar got bestie. Jay, they didn't have your option, which is that dude.
Well, I don't really use Facebook anymore, so
no, I couldn't. I could have selected you if I wanted to. They just didn't have that dude as an option because you're literally that dude. That dude who is fill in the blank. That dude who knows everything. That dude who's always sarcastic. That dude who's pretty much awesome. You're that dude. They didn't have that option.
Okay.
But I just wanted to let you know that to me, you're that dude.
Why did that start off like a backhanded insult and then it turned into a weird compliment? What happened? It's not just me, right?
I learned from you. I learned from watching you, Dad.
Insult, compliment, insult.
You're ugly.
Sandwich. There we go. Thank you. Well, come on. That's not even true. Now we have video feed. I feel like
it was forced. It was a forced insult. I was built with an open face sandwich. Like turkey.
The thing that's weirder to me is that like I deal with this beard every day. Sometimes I kind of forget how much beard this is until I see it on camera, and then I realize I have a fucking lot of beard.
Yeah, you're pretty much full Pendergrass right now.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was good. I like that.
I'm getting there. I'm letting this grow out until I get a job interview. Then I'm gonna cut all this shit off. But
I will say this: my first bearded job interview did not get the job, so I feel like maybe I should shave. But I love this thing too much.
I think that you should probably do what you like. Ooh, ooh. I see guys and girls. Ooh, ooh. What? Hey.
No, man, it's Mardi Gras time. Nice. I started seeing some parades and shit. So it's do what you wanna. Do what you wanna. Do what you wanna.
You down south old nigga.
I don't know any other songs about doing things. That's the only songs I know about doing things.
I can't be myself with my beloved son behind me.
We can do it. Do our time. Do it right.
I hate you because you know.
Yeah. Man, I can't think of any more do it songs.
Do what the you wanna do. Go ahead and just say what the you wanna say.
That's that West Coast shit.
Yeah, I do it all the time. You're named after a rapper.
No, that's a down south shit, but y'all West Coast niggas love that shit.
What, Devin the Dude?
Yeah, it's a Texas shit, but y'all West Coast niggas love that.
Is Devin the Dude from Texas?
Yeah, what are you talking about? What?
Wait, Devin the Dude is from Texas for real?
I don't know where he's from, but I don't like how you're from Virginia and you're claiming him because you think y'all are all South.
And then I said South, and then I said no, it's Texas.
Well, I mean, Texas is technically the South. We just don't like him.
But Virginia, you claiming him too, so shut up. He's like our half brother. At least
he's from Houston.
Yeah.
At least I don't claim Magoo. Like if I claim Magoo, you got a right to be insulted. Me too.
I love that Devin the Dude. When you first type in his name in Google search, you just see a picture of him offering a joint. Oh. Like offering a joint. It's because that's what he's known for, which is ironic. Because honestly, I don't think of his music as being like weed smoking music.
It is all weed smoking music.
It's like I feel like a lot of people who don't smoke weed have made that weed smoking music, but it's really not.
No.
I've listened to enough, and as the sole person who smokes weed of this group, I feel like I have a little bit more understanding of this. It's not that great for smoking weed, guys. I've actually listened to it while high and smoking. Did not really enjoy it. Somebody else who smoked weed and who's listening to Devin the Dude, listen to it at the same time. Tell me I'm wrong, but I'm saying in my weed smoking experience, I did not enjoy it.
Are you weed splaining Devin the Dude to me?
Yes.
I'm sorry that I have a unique experience that you don't understand.
You're still weed splaining it to me.
Did we just make weed splaining a thing?
Yeah, we did. He did. I just got weed splained. I don't know how to feel about that.
Not even okay. So this is what happens.
As a weed smoker,
this is what happens when the patriarchy gets challenged. This is what happens when you stand up to the status quo. They get all touchy and be like, "Oh, you're weed splaining to me."
That's how you know I was right. As a weed smoker,
so the patriarchy, the two fathers on the show, the patriarchy, the two fathers on the show are the ones who are like, oh, you're weed splaining to me. The two who have never, or I've even had like an experience with weed.
I didn't say that at all. I let you run with it.
Whatever patriarchy, whatever. No. Okay, whatever.
So I'm a part of the patriarchy about omission?
If you don't take a stand for anything, you stand for the patriarchy.
Fucking jerk. I was on your side.
I'm not.
I'm not like, damn, I just got weed splayed into being a part of the patriarchy.
You got weed splayed into a stone cold stunner. That's amazing.
I don't understand.
Like he talked to you and you stood up for him and he turned around like you were standing behind him. You had his back and he turned around and just took you out too. And I just think that's amazing. I feel great right now. I feel wonderful. Like this is like when somebody gets hit with a chair by their tag team partner and it's an accident, but they really don't want to hear about it. So
that's not to me.
I listened to Justin Timberlake's new album.
Ooh.
Why?
Man in the Woods.
I mean, what you think about it?
Because you know what? It's just like all of his other albums. It has like 2 or 3 good songs, and then the rest of it is just like background music. It's the type of music that you'll hear playing at Forever 21 pretty soon.
But I feel like that's the type of music that like everything kind of is now.
Yeah, but his is like the epitome of it. Like you'll be listening to it and you're grooving or whatever, and then you realize we skipped through like 4 songs played while I was doing something else, not even notice it. It's literally background music.
Yeah, that's what people listen to now, man. That's what pop is, really. I mean, that's the entire point. Is shit that you don't have to pay attention to.
I listened to the first half of the new Migos. That Narcos song knocks, bruh. Like that shit.
It does.
Please don't.
That shit
does.
knocks.
Yo, I like. Oh shit! I was just listening to it. Is it Danger? I fucking love Danger too.
Here we go.
I only made it to Stir Fry because that was the song that I knew. I stopped at Stir Fry, so I don't
really care for Stir Fry. I will say this: I don't really. Stir Fry feels forced to me.
Yeah, Stir Fry is one of those songs that when you first hear it, you're like, "What the fuck is this shit?" But the more you hear it, it just kind of
does grow on you. It grows on you.
It grew on me. Listen to the radio and shit when I'm in the car sometimes.
Don't know what this has to do with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, my bad, man. You were talking about your little.
That you listen to.
You were talking about your little stank ass Justin Timberlake album. All right, let's do this then.
Look here.
Is he invited back to the cookout?
No, not even close. I just wanted to point out that I listened to his whole album instead of y'all who only got 4 songs in and want to discuss it. And it's not like. It's nothing special. It's nothing horrible. It's just
is the new version of Future Sex Love Sounds
no,
that shit had like 2 or 3 songs.
So like the 2020 experience, I will say I liked the 2020 experience. I thought that was pretty decent. I felt like all of his music kind of like I feel like if you took like 3 or 4 songs from each of his albums and put them together into like a compilation, I would listen to that and I would enjoy.
So what you're saying is the Blueprint 2.0.
No, bro.
Like I feel like he has enough. He has enough on each album to enjoy. Like I would listen to 3 songs from each album, basically.
No, I enjoy everything except for 2 songs on Justified.
No,
I enjoy the whole.
You could throw away the majority of his discography, and I'd be cool with it.
But we
like it could be. They're not adding
Justified as Michael Jackson songs.
When Justified wasn't him. Justified was other people writing for him and him doing karaoke.
Yes, because most of the songs were Michael Jackson throwaways, and apparently some of those Michael Jackson songs.
I like how you're just going to continue to say that. Okay,
no, it's the truth.
No, all right, we get it. We heard you. Like you just keep beating that. Like, okay, yes, Michael Jackson drum. Let's continue to beat the Michael Jackson drum. Like, do you want to say it another time?
Can we talk about the Prince hologram?
We get it. It was a Michael Jackson album.
No. Can we talk about the Prince hologram, though? The Prince hologram was going to be a thing. I'm so glad they decided not to do that.
Has there been a Prince hologram? Let's talk about the Grammys. Was going to be a Prince hologram?
No.
There was supposed to be a
one out at the halftime show of the Super Bowl. He won't. He won't.
He decided against it. They apparently Sheila E. or somebody got to him and said
are just people who knew Prince.
Prince thought the whole hologram thing was kind of demonic.
That's why he was against it. Not, just the complete and total disrespect to Prince.
Yes. And it took not everybody else saying, dude, here's an article about how Prince doesn't like you, or here's an article of here's what Prince thinks about holograms. It took Sheila E. coming over and squashing the beef. This is the dumbest thing. This is like 50 and Ja Rule and Farrakhan having to get involved.
Well, I mean,
I really hope that thing would end because neither of them, with the exception of Farrakhan, are relevant today.
Well, actually, I just saw 50 in these, and it was dope.
Yeah, musically.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. But, 50 is never going to squash a beef. When has 50 ever forgiven anyone for anything? Isn't 50 known for being, as we have talked about before?
Called 50 So Petty.
Yeah, as we have talked about before, is he not the most petty dude known on, or at least the most petty famous dude we can think of? Who's pettier than 50?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Immediately. Yeah.
I felt like if 50 and Donald Trump got into a beef with one another, it would never stop.
Yeah, that's a Family Feud top answer right there, bro.
A 50
Show me Donald Trump. Ding, ding, ding. Number one answer on the board. Put a pass or play.
Name a pettier nigga than 50 Cent. Donald Trump. Ding. Like that's pretty much.
That's the number one answer. Do you want to pass or play?
We'll pass. I can't think of nobody else.
We'll pass.
I'll pass. You about to get them 3 quick strikes.
That's one of those Family Feud joints where there's only like 4 answers. And then the last 2 are just kind of like.
And then come up and it's like Paula Dean, and you're looking like, how the
fuck did Mace get on this list? How the fuck did Mace get on?
Which one of the Migos? They're not one.
No, it's definitely Offset. Offset is the one with the real issues. Quavo is the one with all of the personality.
Yep. But Offset has the most technical skill. And then Takeoff is just, I guess he's just the hype man. He just yells a lot and then occasionally raps.
Which one does the ad libs? Because he's my favorite.
Well, which ad libs we talking about?
I've only heard Fight Night and Bad and Bougie. So on Fight Night, bow bow. That dude.
That's Offset.
Okay, I don't like him.
You really don't like him if you know what's actually happening to him right now.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I don't like him.
Yeah. Wait. Catch me up. What's happening to Offset right now?
Him and talking
Offset, about. Offset mentioned that he's not a fan of the gays.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. No, yeah.
Donald said he's not a fan of the blacks, but the blacks love him.
Do they?
No.
He said it. I mean, bruh, there was a picture that there was a black congresswoman sitting there playing Candy Crush through the whole State of the Union.
I wouldn't even be playing Candy Crush. I would have been Snapchatting the hell out of him with all sorts of just horrible filters, like devil horns. No, I would have played Candy Crush. But seriously, all folks still play Candy Crush. That's so cute.
My sister still plays, and I don't understand. She was like, I need to play my Candy Crush. I was like, you still do that? She was like, every day.
Wait. How do you still get lives? Like,
it's like, there's a game my girl plays. My girl plays a game. It's like Candy Crush, but it's like some sort of cookie thing, and it's like 2,000 something levels. That she's on like level 2,000 something right now. So like.
It's just like
this shit just doesn't end, I guess.
Does it just like continue to generate like levels based upon some algorithm?
No, they create these things.
The levels are set up in advance.
What levels are there?
Well, you got to think for Candy Crush, they got people who literally their whole job is to get locked into a room and make levels. And so it's not like it's skull bending. It's one thing where they just don't want you to beat it. So how can we cheat people out of their money? Go. I've come up with 500 already. I'll come up with 500 ways to screw you out your cash.
But here's a real question for y'all, because I actually kind of am curious about this. How long do y'all really play a phone game for? Like, what's the longest you've kept?
I've beaten 8 phone games so far. Hold on. Let me grab my iPad real quick.
See, okay.
I don't play a lot of mobile games.
Like maybe 3 weeks. I think I like you have about a month. Like, I just deleted so I just got this one that I'm kind of psyched about, but I just beat every level at the hardest setting. Wait, let me get it lined up. It's X-Wing Flight. I kind of love this game. It's literally just you piloting an X-Wing. It's super fun, but like I beat it already.
Primary game right there, Clash Royale. I currently am in the challenge levels, which is above the legendary level.
Okay.
So that game will never get beat because you're playing against people. All of these games here, Frontiers and its sequels, Back to Earth and its sequels, Battle Heart and all its sequels, I've beaten them. So I play.
You still play them?
Yeah, I still play them. I have a ton of games. And it's funny because when it first started off, the jump off, I was the one talking about how mobile games will never make it. Now I'm the primary person I know playing mobile games.
Like So I'm at the point where that's pretty much the only type of game I play, and I just don't have the patience, I think, for anything like long run. Like I downloaded Odd World and I actually paid for it, so I was like, oh, I like the Odd World on the console. So what? Yeah. Like I downloaded and played that because I actually enjoyed it on the console, but it still kind of hit the same like 3 weeks where it was like I played it for like 3 weeks and then it was like, yep, well, that was cool. It is?
I think that the issue with mobile games is quite simple because the price that you're putting into it isn't the same invested price you're putting into console games. It's like $5 or $6 at the most, maybe $14 for a premier game.
Yeah, well, so I would never pay $14 for a mobile game.
You're like, so as soon as the game comes out, you're playing that game, and then the next game comes on, you're like, and you're taking off to that next game. So it's hard for them to get something that's really going to hold people.
I think and for me personally, the games usually lack depth, and it's a weird combination because I always want the game to be a little deeper, but the problem is that the amount of depth would require it to have like a different set of controls for me. Yeah. So like that's so as you're playing a game, you kind of want to be like that game that has a good amount of depth. But then as it starts getting to that deeper depth, then it becomes an issue of how do you control this character in this world with something that really isn't well suited for it, not in a way that you could do it for long periods of time. Like I don't really like the games I play that make you use the phone as a joystick or touchscreen as a joystick. Mm-hmm. I don't like that for extended periods of time. It's just not intuitive or fun for me.
You know what game I think you will really, really enjoy? I think that anybody would enjoy it on a mobile system. It's called Death Road to Canada. And it's made by this group called Rocket Cat. And it's really fun. Like there's no thumbsticks per se. It's just you kind of move your finger in it. Well, invisible thumbsticks, I guess. But it's one of those games where the world's been inhabited and taken over by zombies. And you're trying to get to Canada because Canada is still a safe zone. And so you're driving from your area up to Canada. And it's phenomenal. It really is. I love that game. And you can make characters. And it's like the first game that I played of it, I made it to a rest stop. And at the rest stop, because you have to have food, you have to have gas, you have to have all these things. And I pulled over at a rest stop because they were like, there's food in the vending machines. So I went to the vending machines and got surrounded by zombies. So I had a partner with me. It was actually Devin. And I created him. And the zombies came, so I picked Devin up and I threw him at the zombies. And I ran. But as I ran out the door, there were more zombies coming in the door as I was trying to go out the door. So I got trapped between the zombies and I died too.
I really miss my home.
I'll come back for you.
Have you ever played WWE Champions? I think that might be something that you would be into.
The mobile one with the
like
it's a match 3 game, but they're wrestling.
I fucking hate match 3 games. I hate that shit. Like I hate all types of those games. I never enjoy them. It's just it feels mindless after a while. It's just match.
I love Puzzle Quest. I just couldn't get into Puzzle Quest 2.
You know what? I didn't like how Puzzle Quest would have it where you got like all of a sudden they would get like a 20-hit combo. Like that pissed me off over and over again. So those type of match 3s I don't play because the computer cheats.
Go ahead.
But I do enjoy the ones where it's just you playing match 3. Like there was this game called Dungeon Raid that came out for the mobile.
Yeah, I think I've seen like an ad for that.
And that was probably the best one I ever played, where you actually level up and there's like skulls and stuff that you have to defeat within the game, and it was fun. But
you know, the game that like I played recently that I probably have enjoyed the most is this one game. It's called Laps, and it starts off where you're kind of like the president and you're making choices based upon basic yes or no choices with cards. You've seen it before?
Yes.
And like then you find out that you're actually a time traveler, and there's this whole backstory, and where you like the choices you're making unlocks part of the story and how the endings come out. And I got pretty drawn to that, but again, 3 weeks in, kind of bailed out.
So 3 weeks later, you're just over any game.
Well, I beat it.
That's why I like the Lifeline games.
I love those. I love that series.
I have 3 of them, but then they started raising the price, so I was out because at first they were just $1. But I really dig those games, and it's basically like, you know, the first game is a guy who crash lands on a planet. and he's the only survivor. He's trying to contact, Houston or wherever he's trying to contact, but the only person he can talk to is you. So it's a kind of a choose your own adventure type thing. And so like he'll actually like talk to you. But the cool thing about it, when you play through the first time, like if he says, okay, I'm going to go to sleep for a few hours, he will go to sleep for a few hours and then message you in a few hours. Like you got to wait to continue the story.
See, and that was the problem I had with the game was that he would say, okay, I'm going to go for this walk and I'll hit you back when I get done. I'm playing this game during my break. Okay, so when you say, I'm going to hit you back later on, if you hit me back and just off the top of my head, you hit me back while I'm being amorous with my wife, I'm not getting back into that story. And the more time that I spend away from that story, the more I'm not going to want to go back to get back into it to read.
Wait. You're telling me if you're getting amorous with your wife, so I assume what you're saying is you and your wife, things are getting hot and heavy, your phone goes off and it's a game, you can't do both? You telling me you can't handle?
First of all, if my phone goes for a lot of people,
how many hands do you need, sir?
For a lot of people,
your business handling,
or you're being amorous with your wife, they're gonna be like, "Who's that? Why are you ignoring it?"
His dick was broken. He got to hold on with 2 hands.
Like how many hands you need? I feel like 1 hand is enough for me.
No. He needs a stabilized
choke hand.
Like it's like climbing a ladder. You got to have 3 things firmly planted before you decide to move one.
But honestly, KOTOR is on iOS too. It's a mobile game now.
They gave it away for free on Amazon. So
I saw that.
I never played it.
I just don't want to play. I don't want to play that game
again.
Yeah, like it's so long, and like all the stuff about it that like I already know what's gonna happen. I don't.
Yeah, I know what
twist is kind of what kept you going.
Don't.
I'm not gonna ruin it, but I'm saying like I already know what's gonna happen.
Rashanii keeps threatening to.
What is the statute of limitations on this game? When can I finally?
I feel like if it's here's what I'll say about it. If it's relevant to the plot, where it's a major part, for instance, like the twist of Fight Club, I wouldn't reveal that because it's a relevant part of you.
No, you wouldn't reveal it because the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Nobody made.
I had somebody use Fight Club to spoil.
Also, wait, take a second. Hi, Stephanie.
Hey, girl.
But what I'm saying is, like, if it is something like where it is relevant, where the only reason you really enjoy it is because it has a plot twist, you can't reveal it. I feel like that's just being fair to the next people who have to actually enjoy the experience, because you're taking away like the entire point of it. Like for Fight Club, for Knights of the Old Republic, especially 1, for 2, whatever. That's not a twist. 2 was not a twist.
It's not.
But for 1, for that first one, like you kind of need that.
But they did add controller support for 2 on PC.
But, so first of all, when you say relevant, I immediately think elephant. I don't know why. It's just a rhyming thing. Secondly, like I said, I don't know why. Secondly, there's Jade Empire's also out on mobile systems. So there's a lot
That's
of
good because it only use like 2 buttons.
Also, I just realized why I can't really enjoy Knights of the Republic. I also still play the Old Republic, like
still play
MMO. Yeah, still out, still play.
Wow,
not as much, but I still have a subscription to it. Wow. I think I'm the reason why they still exist.
They're like, who's this nigga? We can't stop till he stops, and you like can't stop, won't stop.
And like I played through.
You like the reason why AOL still existed for so long.
This nigga logged out for a day, and they celebrated. He came back on there like, oh.
Like those people who, when they were trying to shut down the servers for Halo 2, and those people just left their consoles on.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. No, I played through every storyline. I think I have a at least max level character for every role.
It's to the point now where you can make requests directly to the developer, like, "Hey, can you open this door for me?" And they're like,
"Yeah, no." Yes. I'm like the old dude from Westworld at this point.
I can't get in this door.
I'm like Billy in Westworld at this point. I'm Billy in Westworld. I'm like, hey, so I think it'd be really fun if we did this over here. I'm on my own little quest, and I'm just killing characters trying to find the maze.
Here's the way to the maze, Jay. They send you one of those fairies from Legend of Zelda. Hey, listen.
They put out a new trailer for season 2. It's supposed to start in a couple months.
Season 2.
I'm interested in what happens.
I'm emotionally prepared to watch Westworld again because
I still haven't seen all of season 1. I think I'm halfway.
The first season is such a goddamn
Don't do it. Now that one I need to keep silent because
now you care about spoilers for that. What's the statute of limitations on that shit, motherfucker?
I haven't seen it. If Scar had literally not played KOTOR or you hadn't played KOTOR, I wouldn't go out of my way to ruin it. That's my statute.
But like, how do you know people won't listen to this? And then
I don't.
Later, and that's what I'm saying. That's why you shouldn't do that.
30 years, or what if the show is less than 30 years from now?
First of all, I hope I'm still alive while it's happening. If it is, look me up for real. If this is 30 years from now, oh my God, find me. I will keep my Twitter account until I die.
Right? Rashanii, Rashanii. Tell me something
Just
good.
Tweet me and be like, look, nigga, first of all, you are handsome as shit 30 years ago.
Don't tell him what's
horrible now.
Lie to the masses.
That beard is glorious.
That beard is glorious, though. But
that's
glorious.
It looks like a beard costume. Yes, kiddo, what's up?
What's a costume beard? Oh,
now, I'm gonna tell y'all. I went back, and I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of stuff on PC because I got a better PC. Now I have been.
Good for you with your better PC. Oh, we're so proud of you. You have a better PC now. That's so good that you're prospering. I'm glad you're doing so well in life.
My Alpha had an i3 in it. Like, come on, man. I had to put 8 gigs of RAM in it. Like, come on, man. Like, give a brother a break. So
proud of you with your 8 gigs of RAM.
No. That was the
Alpha. How many gigs of RAM I have? No, seriously, do you know? Because I'm not sure.
But so I've been playing a mod on Saints Row 2. And that has been greatness because Saints Row 2 is my favorite Saints Row. But I'm going to tell you a game that if you ever get back into gaming, here's a game that you should definitely play. It's called Killing Floor 2.
No, thank you.
No, I'm telling you, it is great.
Based on the name alone, it doesn't sound like something I would enjoy.
That's what I thought. That's what I was just like, bruh. I don't want no Killing Floor. But Killing Floor, all right, think of this.
No.
Killing Floor is...
Immediate no.
No. I'm telling you, Killing Floor is...
It sounds like... So before you tell me what this is about,
I'm going to tell
Killing
you.
Floor sounds like a game where like you spend your entire time trying not to touch the floor and you're just jumping from furniture piece to furniture piece.
So the floor is lava?
It sounds like the video game of the floor is lava. It's like, and like it's just like cutscenes, like tense cutscenes of like, don't touch the floor. Oh my God, the floor. It's a choo killing floor. Is what it feels like to me.
Killing Floor.
I don't want to play it.
Hold on.
But let me explain it then.
Here's the other idea of the Killing Floor. You get on an elevator. Choo. What floor are you going to? The 7th floor. The next person gets on. What floor are you going to? The 9th floor. Isn't anybody going to the 8th floor? No. Choo. The Killing Floor.
Okay, so a couple notes.
8th floor.
I appreciate that you went rule of threes. I appreciate I appreciate the rule of threes there, but just a couple notes. I really wish the person that stepped in and been like, the third person had been like, oh, I'll have Chun, the Killing Floor. I would appreciate that a lot more.
Yeah, that would have been giving it away. But the 8th floor is the Killing.
Like, as soon as you started, you said elevator. I was like, okay, so there's going to be a Killing Floor, right? And I was hoping for a button that actually said. I was hoping for like buttons that were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, killing. 8. Oh, okay. So it's the Killing Floor. Yeah.
Why did he push the Killing Floor, Mom? I wanted to go to the 3rd floor. You get a 4-year-old in there like, elevator go down to hell.
Had a lot of fun with the name, but I'm telling you, it is a fun ass game.
Well, I feel like I'm having this much fun with the name already. I feel like how much more fun can the game be?
I'm just gonna tell you, Left 4 Dead Horde mode with Counter-Strike buying weapons in between.
That doesn't sound fun at all. Floor. That sounds terrible.
And lava floors. If they made it lava floors, I'd be all in.
You know what?
Actually, there is a stage where if you get past, I think, stage 3, there is lava.
The floor is lava?
I think there is lava.
See, I feel like you're just saying that so then we your game.
First of all, I'm not gonna play this game anyway. Let's just go ahead and get that established. Nothing you're gonna say is gonna make me enjoy this.
I'm telling you, it is very enjoyable. And they gave it away for free on PlayStation.
I just want to say I would self-finance a game in which you literally played The Floor is Lava online with other people in random living rooms around America. So a picture of your living room and like you dancing on the furniture with other people in their living room.
The problem would be
dancing on the furniture.
Like, you made it to level 9, and level 9 was your bathroom floor was lava, and you get up at like 2:00 in the morning, use the bathroom, and forget your bathroom floor is lava, and you die. Choo choo choo.
Okay, but then you just start over. This is a video game, not real life. We're not really turning floors to lava. This isn't.
Why not? Wait.
This isn't some type of evil James Bond technology.
No, wait. Let's talk here. Don't be like that, Jay. Let's talk. Why can't we make certain people's floors lava? Like, why can't we make S cars floor lava? What's going on here? What do I have to do?
You just pointed at me, right? You just pointed
S car. What do we have to do to make this happen? Like, I'm in the middle.
This guy.
This dude. Like, what exactly do we do to make the floor lava?
That guy.
Those guys.
So, a Tennessee man told police this week that Jesus personally came to him and told him to let him drive on his behalf.
Oh, nice.
The result is that his car veered off the highway and then flipped over 5 times.
Don't let Jesus take the wheel. Don't let Jesus take the wheel, please.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Jesus would have worked out better. I feel like Jesus would have worked out way better if he had taken that wheel. It would have been better.
No driver's license. Show me your license. You were at least 2017 years old. Show me your credentials, Jesus.
So wait, you're telling me if Jesus came back and he was like, "Yo, let me borrow your car right quick," you're saying no?
I'd be like, "Can you drive a stick shift, Jesus?" And I'm like,
"Do you have a stick shift?
You drive stick?"
Wait, do you have a stick shift?
No, but I fool the heck out of him. If he looked at my automatic and be like, "Yes," I'd be like, "You can't drive."
Okay, first of all, if Jesus doesn't know you don't have a stick shift, this is not Jesus. So I guess I see your game there. Like, okay, so you're trying to fool Jesus. But if he's like, "Look, you have an automatic. Give me the keys." Are you just like, "All right, Jesus, here"?
I don't feel like I can let Jesus drive my car.
I feel like you should trust Jesus has good insurance, though, right?
But the moment he touches the wheel, like he makes your gas turn into wine and shit. Like everything just gets fucked up.
I just imagine
all of a sudden you got extra bread in your car and you have no idea how the fuck it got there. Like, it's all kind of things there.
I just imagine Jesus wrecks your car. And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll fix it." And he brings it back, and he just has made all of the pieces of your car out of wood because he was a carpenter. So he makes all of the pieces of your car out of wood. So now you just have a wooden car. And I feel
I'm a fan of how we just skip past everything else, and Jesus has wrecked your car.
I like how we all assume Jesus is going to wreck our cars. Like, of course,
Jesus can't do this.
Well, I mean, like.
It's like
even in the Bible, Jesus never drove anything. There was never a point where Jesus was like, "Oh, yo, hand me the reins. I'll take it from here, Peter." That never happened.
Can we talk about the fact that Jesus is probably not the best designated driver since he turned water into wine? Nigga, we trying to drink non-alcoholic. You coming in here ruining it for everybody? I can't trust you.
Yeah, let that one sit. Yep. Yeah, sit in that one. Let that one sit.
He'll be disappointed that your car doesn't drive on water. Like, everything would be real fucked up.
I don't know about that one either. I feel like you're making some wide assumptions about Jesus on a couple of these.
No, I'm not. Jesus turned water into wine. Nobody asked him to.
I already used that joke.
I don't care. Wasn't nobody listening to you neither. You don't know Jesus like I know Jesus.
You're right.
I can't believe that worked.
Oh, hey. You know what? Your story about the guy in Tennessee, I actually really like that story. It reminds me of another one about a guy in Utah. A Utah police officer who was being attacked on Friday was saved by a passerby with a concealed pistol, officials said. The identified police officer confronted the attacker, identified as Paul Douglas Anderson, after spotting feet dangling from a donation bin. Anderson got out of the bin, refused to remove his hands from his pockets. The officer ordered Anderson to remove his hands, blah, blah, blah. Anderson began punching the officer in the face. Derek Meyer was driving by, spotted the police officer getting his ass kicked, pulled his gun out, and then told the guy, "Hey, stop being a police officer." Police officer ran for it. Now,
wait,
yeah, or not police officer, but the guy who was.
Oh, okay.
Police officer's assaulter, excuse me, ran for it. So in Utah, and he has a concealed carry license. His gun's completely legal. He saved a police officer's life, or at least from catching a much worse ass whooping. Oh, injuries to the police officer while I got him. So I do remember those getting posted. He right now with the injuries he has, fractured eye socket and lacerations around his eye. So he might have, he might have broken his eye socket, and maybe he loses his eyesight in that eye. Yeah. I know, right? So here's my question. Last show we talked about how you, sir, are very much a libertarian.
Yes. I've come to that recognition. Yes, I'm okay with that.
So this story should make you feel relatively warm inside, because here's a good story of a person who had a gun legally who did something good with it.
Saved a cop.
Yeah, congratulations to I forgot the dude's name already. Derek Anderson, I think.
Basketball player, Kentucky?
No, but fat white guy in Utah.
But it's Utah.
You know, there's only like 9 of us in Utah.
Yeah, and then also it's Utah. So does he actually do a remix called "Help the Police"?
I would love to hear a song called "Help the Police." Help the police. 2018. Another number. What's that sound? Help a brother. If you see him crying across the street and the police is getting his ass beat, help the police.
Help the police coming straight out of Salt Lake.
I'm not even gonna lend my wonderful powers to this song. I'm not even gonna create anything off of it.
Bruh.
I'm not gonna make anything up off it.
You're the one that can do it. I need a verse. I need to help the police verse.
Yeah. Help the police.
Look.
Help the police.
Don't let them cough in your face every day. Can't do nothing. Don't let them get away. Run them down, nigga. If you see them in the streets, you got to scream out, nigga, help the police. Don't shoot at them because they love all of us. Blue lives matter, man. I don't make a fuss. If you see a cop, just shake his hand and know he's out for the betterment of the white man. Help the police.
I feel like this is how we get,
shot.
Uncomfortably infamous was what I was going to say. This gets retweeted by Trump somewhere out of context. Oh, look at these black people. They want to help the police.
Blue lives matter. Y'all all splattered. If you see you in the streets and your game's all shattered, help the police. That's what we say. Because they help black people every day. Help the police.
I have never in my life wanted more to point out subtext and satire. This is satire. I'm not saying help the police for real. Please understand, I'm not on the side of the police. I'm not. I can't be. I think I have to say that. I'm not saying kill the police, but I also am not saying help them.
I feel like such a dirty person right now.
I have to say this. My blackness can't let me not say that.
I don't like myself right now.
I know. I feel like I have to go take a shower.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Drink some hot chocolate.
Okay. I'll make this a whole lot better. That should be the show title.
No.
Well, thank you. Actually, that keeps it from being
so
the
now
show
I don't
title.
have to do that. I appreciate what you did right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we can all forget this now.
Oh, God. Oh, 30 years from now, please don't come on Twitter and this is the one thing you want to talk about.
Don't talk to me about this 30 years from now.
At the Dream Team reunion.
I assume that 30 years from now, I will be rich and powerful and I will end you. Or 30 years from now, I'll be poor and penniless and I will end you. The point is, don't talk to me about this 30 years from now.
Either way, if I show up near your car and say my name is Jesus, don't let me in.
You know what? No,
I mean, okay, look.
I'm going full Dream Team here. On the 30-year reunion of the Dream Team, I want a hologram recording of Help the Police with Kojak.
For just a second, I thought you were.
It'll be a Kojak production.
Nigga, rest in peace, my homie. He'd hate you too.
I don't know how to do that properly.
I'm just saying, in 30 years, Luke, the Padawan, should be the one most likely to bring us this stuff back to fruition because his mom is still going to have it all on her old iPod.
No, because his mom is going to be responsible and not let him listen to any of this.
Not listen to Help the Police?
No, that's irresponsible.
That's so irresponsible. I mean, like, maybe join the police if you're trying to help them.
Still Help the Police versus as Jesus at the Wheel.
Oh, snap. I feel like we could do a Jesus on the Wheel, like, remix with Hands on the Wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. No? Okay, maybe not. Okay. All right, fine. Fine. They're not all gyms. No. Let me enjoy this one. They're not all gyms. Give me a second.
The Jesus Take the Wheel song has to be immediately be followed by In the Arms of the Angels. Like those two things go hand in hand. Jesus Take the Wheel. In the arms of...
You know what? Definitely enjoy the Super Bowl by yourself. I am not going there.
Yeah, I feel like I can't bring myself to watch. I mean, if you're from Philly, then go watch Philly win.
Yeah,
I'm all about that.
You gotta watch Philly. That's like me saying I wouldn't watch Super
Bowl.
If
it was Falcons for the Super Bowl, I'd be in.
Mm-hmm. Let's Seattle be in the Super Bowl. I'd have all sorts of excuses. See,
I ain't got no cable.
We're gonna touch on the Hall of Fame candidates.
And all of the streaming services will pull that shit down immediately as soon as someone try to pull it up.
I'm still shocked R. Kelly doesn't have a streaming service.
I see what you did there. Oh, he's got a streaming service. It's free. It's just you got to be 15 or younger to get that streaming service from R. Kelly.
Bye, Stephanie. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. Hey, y'all, be sure to check out Stephanie's podcast, the Mocha Minutes podcast, available on iTunes, Stitcher, and a lot of other places. By the time this show is out in 30 years, too, it'll still be there. More often than it was when it was here, which ages like fine wine.
Yo.
I never had wine before, and I've never had old wine before.
Really?
Does it really age like fine wine? Like, what's the
to an extent? So there's some wines, and it depends on all wine ages. Let's just get that out of the way because that's the fermentation process. And some wine, like the wines that we buy now, get filtered, and so it doesn't have anything in it to actually continue to age. But the wine that's not filtered, it continues to age. Like my grandfather has made wine, and he keeps it in a cellar. Or, well, he kept it in a cellar. And it got better as it continued to progress. So I like how the dude I was explaining it to just completely walked the fuck away.
I'm listening. You got it. Go ahead.
But I feel like you already understand this, like, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm talking to somebody who knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm taking
who asked the question.
I've taken the tour in Williamsburg a couple times.
Are you a wine person? Let's talk about wine because fuck that motherfucker.
I'm not really a drinker in general.
But I'm saying you don't have to be a drinker to be a wine person. You can enjoy the flavors of wine.
Nah, I'm if I have wine, hopefully it's something like the sweet wine, like the Moscato or something like that I can roll with.
No, I'm not surprised about that. I like a nice, dry, robust, like complex wine. I like my wine to challenge me a little bit.
I don't want to be challenged. Like if I'm drinking, I'm drinking because I know I'm going to get fucked up by this. So I would rather have something that goes down a little bit easier.
It's like I don't think I drink like that.
I don't really care about the taste. Like I don't really care about the taste of any alcohol really. But so if I'm drinking to get there. And if I'm drinking wine, I don't really care that much about the taste. I'd rather it be sweet so it don't taste bitter.
Well, I mean, that means you care. That means you care some about the taste, then, because you don't want it to be.
I just want it not to be bitter when it goes down. I mean, I'm not gonna swish it around and spit it out and shit. But I ain't about to do all that. But
first of all, I will. Me and my girlfriend had a whole conversation about this where she wants to go because there's a bunch of really famous wine country around here in this one place called Woodinville, and she wants to go to a winery. So we're gonna go, and I offered. I said I would try. She's like, well, then you couldn't wine taste. I was like, no, I can still taste. I would just then spit after tasting. And she did not appreciate that as a sentiment. She was like, this is terrible. Why would you do that? That's what I said. That's what you're supposed to do. Is you're supposed to, you taste, like you take the wine, they pour it into the glass, you aerate it, enjoy the bouquet, taste, swish it in your mouth, and then you spit it. You spit it into like they have little buckets, little spittoons that you can put it into. And she thought that was just so rude. And she was like, why would you do that? And I was like, because it's a wine tasting. It's how you taste wine.
Right.
But
it's not wine drinking, it's a wine tasting. I
will say this though, I would prefer to wine drink. And every time I've gone to wine tasting, I've wine drunk more than I wine tasted. If it was really good, I would continue to drink it and be like, well, I'm not going to spit this out. This is delicious. I'm going to drink this. But if it was bad or I just wasn't that like big of a fan of it, like, oh, this tastes like everything else, spit this out. I don't want this in my bloodstream, or at least not any more than it is a little bit,
Right. I got you.
But to the point, I actually enjoy like the flavor of wine. Right. So like I like different types of wine, like the Pinot Grigios versus the Pinot Noir. I actually like that.
You're way more refined nigga than I will ever be.
It's the beard. It grows out.
I'm really, when it comes down to it, I'm way simple. Like, I don't like going to restaurants that I don't at least have a chicken finger backup. Like, for real, if I can't figure out nothing else that I can eat, at least I can order some chicken fingers and be all right. I don't like going to restaurants that are too highfalutin that they don't offer chicken fingers. Like, I'm that simple.
I guess like. So, like, I don't think I have to have a chicken finger backup. But I guess I always assume that there will be something at the restaurant I will like. So I don't have a lot of, I guess I'm not like super picky about a lot. So maybe it's just, I'm not that picky. So there's certain things where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to like pretty much everything.
So like when I go to like a real Mexican restaurant, right?
Okay.
Like I'm looking for the things that are on the Taco Bell menu. And then when I realize that those things are not in this restaurant, the only thing I can really order is nachos. Like,
well, okay, so
this is the only thing that I know.
I mean, like you have to know like an enchilada.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing about no enchiladas. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't know nothing about no enchiladas.
Taco Bell has had enchiladas before. First of all, I want to make sure I point that out.
Before, but that's
not Taco Bell.
But that was not like my. But that was not like my go-to. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you should almost go to like when you go to places for I guess like different cuisine or like other like cultures cuisine or whatever. I feel like almost like you should go to a buffet where you can go like take a piece of some of it off the buffet, try it, decide if you like it or not, and then like all right, that was good. I'm gonna get more of that. I didn't like that. And I feel like that should be better how you roll.
Tally, we cannot say.
Yeah, like if we say that's
it's a thing where if you say something is going to be the title, it's a rule against me. If it's a rule against me, if you say it's going to be a title, then it can't be a title.
Yeah, it's a rule because this motherfucker likes to say, "Oh, that should be the title." So we started saying, "Well, stop saying that should be the title, so we can make it the title." If you say it's going to be the title, we make it the title. That's pretentious as shit.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. It's kind of just
I did help the police. I did help the police on purpose so that they would not make that the title.
But I still feel like you need to rock. No, it's not your fault. No. This is one of those things that we do that's just dumb that we do. And it's the first time we ever like said it. Have we ever said that we do that on air? I think it's always just been something that only we knew that we did.
Yeah. And actually, this is the first time that Scar has done it for the good of all instead of thinking that it was a good name.
So we've been doing that, and if you go back and listen to shows, you can hear him literally ruin titles, and you don't hear us like upset about it because we'll like in the chat between the shows be like, "You motherfucker." That was the goddamn title to the show, you goddamn son of a bitch.
And there was one time that he was like, "You never say the stuff I say on the show as a title." So we named the episode "The Thing Scar Said on the Show." We're mean.
Yes, you're very mean.
I'm kind and polite. Those motherfuckers are mean.
No. You started being polite to me, but that wasn't always the case.
First of all, I have always been polite to you, sir.
That has not always been the case, sir.
When have I been mean to you?
The Sun conversation.
That wasn't mean. That was
Dream Team.
That wasn't Dream Team.
That was Dream Team. And B, that was him following my lead because I jumped down your throat about that one.
No, that was just funny. It was just funny. It was just funny. It was very funny to me. I enjoyed every moment. It was funny. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. And we help you. You're welcome.
Word.
Yeah, because you're not from New York. You probably you don't sound like you're from New York anymore. And it's a good look for you.
And it's been at least 5 years since the last time I've heard you say "son."
And I would say that
I don't say it here. That's the thing. I don't say it here.
I would say this then. Everything good that has happened to you since you stopped saying "son" as much, it's been because of us, and you should thank us for that.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
It's from a place of love.
Really? Is Star Loves Cox? Was that a love?
No,
yes.
I mean, you did love. You said you love Cox Communications.
Why are you bringing up old stuff? Why are you still hurt about that?
We were helping. That was just the worst thing to do to somebody.
How is that the worst thing we could possibly do to you?
Literally talked about how you love Cox Communications.
You said I love Cox multiple times on the show,
over and over again,
going on and on about Cox and how great they were, and how Cox Communications did so much for you. And how the service was on Cox, and how it was just Cox. All over your house, you had Cox. And I said, you have Comcast in one room. You're like, no, I got Cox in every room of my house. And that's how I want my life. And I was like, all right, well, your life is about Cox.
I have Comcast now. Man.
Well, I mean, just because you had Cox in the past doesn't mean you have to have Cox in the future. You can have Cox anytime you want to or don't want to. It's your life. Live your life. Enjoy your Cox how you want to enjoy your Cox or not enjoy your Cox. Cox.
You made that almost poetic, nigga. I'm impressed. I'm offended and impressed at the same time. I didn't know that could happen. To be offended and impressed, but you did that shit. Good.
I'm pretty happy with it. I'm personally a little happy with how that turned out.
that actually worked out. I am sufficiently impressed.
Well,
and appalled.
That's what I'm here for. What? Come on. Come on. That's just normal.
Right.
Why is Derek just eating in the background staring at us? I feel like if you watch his screen, you feel like you're the creepiest motherfucker of all time. We're getting a weird he doesn't know the camera's on, and we're getting this weird look into his life. And he doesn't know we're talking about him. So he's really just man, how long has the show been going? Yes, we're at 62 minutes. All right, 62 minutes. It's going to be crazy. Oh, okay, let me eat a little bit more. Okay. That's what I feel like is happening right now. I feel like this is turning me into a creep.
And then, Devin just peeked his head out around the corner. It's just
And Devin peeks around the corner. It's he's just looking for help. I feel like this has just turned me into a horrible person. I'm a creep now.
Yeah.
This makes you feel creepy. This makes the people who are in the chat room right now, everyone join us. We're being real creepy. So we're all going to stare at Derek. Wait, should I be calling him Derek or Rashanii? Let's call him Rashanii. I should stop calling him Derek.
We officially became voyeurs.
We're all going to stare at Rashanii.
I don't know why I said
and I'm just going to say the creepiest things I can think of. I just want to put my tongue inside his ear right now. I'm just the creepiest shit I can possibly think of. Yeah. I just want to lick the back of his ear, that gross part that you have to remember to shower, otherwise it smells weird. That's the part I want to get my tongue on.
Oh my god!
I want to wait till he falls asleep and then breathe hot breath on his neck and wake him up with my hot breath. Yeah, real creepy over here.
Good morning. Good morning, Rashanii. Good morning.
Oh, cool it. He's back. Oh, hey.
How was your snack, Rashanii?
Hey.
I'm not
buddy.
I'm helping Devin out with the last few things on this project.
His last few snacks. What you got there, buddy?
A napkin.
Oh, okay. Good for you. Why are you eating a napkin? That's weird.
Come over here and tell them what you're doing.
I didn't.
Tell them what you're doing. They hear the printer now. Suckers, I'm putting in work.
I'm printing go.
Like you had to do something personal to get the printer started. You didn't have to go run a treadmill or like crank the printer up. Like all you had to do was just like, exist.
All right, so what I'm going to need you to do is log into this so that we can print it out for you. Yeah, you jerks. I'm out here doing the Lord's work, and no, I'm not eating grapes too. Tally, that's a secret for people who are
He's eating.
I thought it was gonna be like lingonberries. Lingonberries.
No, that's only in Washington.
I saw that. It's like, nigga, why'd you just do that? Like he just put you on blast.
But yeah, no, I'm just helping him out so then I can be the best I can be.
Fun fact, Rashanii, when you get a chance to like listen back through that last little part, let me know.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, we'll know if he actually listens to the show.
This is not a fun fact. I don't even want to talk to y'all right now. I'm already knowing that this is going to be something I don't want to know.
Oh, like you have no idea how bad that got while you were gone.
Jay's kind of gross. Like I think we established Jay is kind of gross.
All right, so go down to show answers.
You didn't know? Come on.
And now hit print, which should be right here, print options.
I like that, like on my screen, I look all weird and fuzzy. So when I start doing this, I can't really tell I'm moving back and forth. It's reacting way slower. I can't, like I'm moving back and forth, but I can't tell I am. I like the Cosby Show intro, the first season Cosby Show intro. It was like blurring around.
You like the Flash first season when he was talking to Iris and he just kept wiggling so she couldn't see his face and hear his voice.
Nothing wrong with that. Having that good vibration move. That's a wonderful move to have.
You know what? Real talk. How much did you love? And I realize that we're not supposed to like Bill Cosby anymore. But how much did you love those like season openings? Like how they changed every time. Was I the only person who like enjoyed the shit out of those every time?
Absolutely.
No, they were wonderful because it really reinforced the whole wholesome family thing that they had going on and having the kids out there dancing. It was a beautiful thing. Yeah. Then you find out that he's like probably drugging the camera woman, and it becomes a bit more. It becomes a bit darker.
First of all, let's take a moment to be impressed by the fact that he at least hired a camera woman. Those are hard, difficult jobs for women to break into. So he hired a camera woman. Then he, of course, molested her. And I guess that's not as progressive.
That's not progressive at all. And actually, I was reading about how
did he for real?
Uma Thurman. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Listen. But Uma Thurman, did an article just a few days ago about how while she was doing Kill Bill, she was actually like that's when Harvey Weinstein made advances upon her. So
yeah, I saw that.
Like we talk about these glory days, we talk about these golden ages, but for these, for a lot of folks, for a lot of the victims, that's their darkest times.
I just heard about Have you heard about the Elijah Dushku thing? How she was
with your superhero.
No, it was actually something that happened on the set of True Lies, where it was the stunt coordinator. Got to trust of her parents and stuff, and then he got her back to a trailer and kind of molested her. And then when she told somebody, and
True Lies happened in like 92, right?
Yeah, she was the kid.
This is Elijah Dushku when she's like she was 10 or 8. She was 12.
So she was molested. She told somebody. That person confronted him. And the next day, she was actually hurt on the stunt where she was hanging off the plane.
See, at that point in time, once you know that somebody
did that on purpose, right?
Once you know that she confronted them, then I'm beating you up. If I'm her parent or if I'm anybody, and I know, okay, you got called on this, and all of a sudden she gets hurt on this stunt, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and they equal these knuckles.
But her parents
the
weren't
first
there.
thing is
she
after
told
that
her guardian, because of course she was a minor, so she had to have some sort of guardian on set. She told the guardian. The guardian told all of the higher ups, but of course that guy headed in good with Arnold, and they didn't want to mess. They didn't want to piss off Arnold, so.
Well,
I'm just saying 2 plus 2 equals 4 knuckles. See, that's
apparently that guy is the stunt coordinator for all of Arnold's movies.
Well, I mean, the problem really is, like you're saying, because that guy is trusted in the stunt coordinator for all of Arnold's movies, he should have been removed as soon as those accusations came up. Like, he shouldn't have been even over that stunt. So the trouble here is that, as usual, when it comes to those types of allegations, we tend to like move more in the defense of the people who have the allegations against them than the people who are making the allegations. It's almost like we're shielding the people who are being accused as if they're the victims, as if like, oh, well, I wouldn't want to be accused of that. So I guess let's just make this go as smoothly as possible so we don't ruin their reputations or their lives. And I think if they did not do it and the truth comes out, that will exonerate them. But you still should remove them from the roles that they have effect over, especially when it's effect over the alleged victim.
Right.
And let's say she had gotten like dead
from that stunt.
Because she's hanging off the side of a plane. Let's say that she got seriously injured, died, couldn't work anymore, and it's because of the person who assaulted her. Bruh, you couldn't stop me from finding him. Shouts out to that father who was like, can I get 5 minutes alone with Larry Nassar?
Bruh.
Let me just get 5 of them.
Bruh.
I mean...
And then he said just one. He compromised. But she was like, no. He was like, can I just get one? I just need one. And then she was like, no. He was like, all right, then.
You know what, though? One thing did run through my head for that, and I had to actually stop and apologize to myself for thinking that. What if she had granted him the 5 minutes for Larry Nassar and Larry whooped his ass? Like, you say, give me 5 minutes alone with him. Like, you can do something, but dude, what if you can't fight? You just speaking out of emotion.
I feel like
5 minutes and you see them hands for 5 minutes.
Like, real talk, that is like one of my, like, that is like a legit fear of mine is like, I'm walking down the street, some dude's like, nigger. I turn around, dude's like, yeah, come on, nigger. And I end up fighting him. And I somehow, despite having complete righteousness and justice on my side, I somehow get my ass kicked.
Yeah, it's like those dudes
worried about that happening.
It's like those dudes that be out in public and they end up fucking with somebody and it happened to be somebody who knew MMA.
Right. Like, and I get my arm broken.
You would go from who you call a nigga to help, he called me a nigger.
Nigger down. Nigger down.
Won't anybody help me? He's racist.
Hate crime. Hate crime. And it's worse because I'm this size. So I'm 6'6". I'm big and I'm getting my ass, and I'm black and I'm getting my ass handed to me by what I imagine is some 5'8" white dude who I thought I could beat the shit out of. Who just roundhouse kicked me in the face, and now I'm like reconsidering my life. Like, oh shit! Like, he just kicked me in the face.
Like the dude from Kung Fu Hustle.
Like, oh.
It's like you get that Chris Tucker from Rush Hour 2, where you think you bad, and all of a sudden,
which one of y'all kicked me?
Which one of y'all
kicked me? So I wouldn't ask for 5 minutes long, because if they'd be like, we'll grant that, I'll be like, can you leave the handcuffs on just for safety?
No, I think he needs a chair. I'll press the button. He needs to be able
to protect himself too, sir. We can't just let you go in there and beat him to death. That's why
I resolved that if I get into that type of fight, weapons only. It has to be weapons only. Weapons only and sneak attacks only. Like, if I hear someone say nigger, I'm like, oh, he's like, nigger. I'm like, no, thank you, sir. I walk into the nearest like bar or shop. I get a chair. I come back out. He turns around thinking, I showed that nigger. Whack. And now we roll.
That's I always thought that should have happened on shit like Jerry Springer and stuff like that. Like, people get all huffy and puffy and then want to go fight. It's like, yo, pretend to be cool, and then just all of a sudden stand up and swing that chair real fast. Steve can't get there fast enough.
E40 said it best. When he said in his song "The Art of Storytelling," don't even look over there. Act like we ain't tripping. The next few days, partner came up missing. Like, okay.
I just want to point out that the only art of storytelling song that I recognize is
Outkast, Slick Rick. Shut up.
No, just Outkast. Just Outkast. Slick Rick was a single add-on. I recognize Outkast only.
Y'all's open hatred of E40 as an artist just makes me sad.
I don't hate E40.
I just don't love him.
Right. I'm not like E40, 40 water. I'm just not into that. Like, I mean.
Really? You know what I want you to do, Jay? Here's my experiment for you, because there was also a preview for a movie that I wanted to talk to y'all about called Truth or Dare.
Not gonna watch it.
That doesn't
sound like something I would even watch. Like, it sounds like I'm gonna end up seeing some like 60-year-old white kids get killed.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
I saw that trailer while we were watching Winchester.
You know what I'm gonna watch? Black Panther.
Yes. I told somebody that in February it was Black Panther month and they got mad at me. White person. Like, they're like, isn't it
the current Black history status quo where the only thing we're talking about are the exemplary Black people, as if the rest of us aren't human, and as if the other part of Black history, the part where you fucked us all over, isn't worth talking about. So the 1 month you give us, you talk about like, oh, these are the Black people we like, the ones who did stuff for society in a large way, not the ones that we built the whole fucking society's backs on, and we won't just admit that we fucked you guys over and continue to fuck you guys over well into the 80s.
Oh, damn. Yep. See? Tally said a racist asshole was effing with her other brother and his friends. My brother jumped him. Turns out my older brother, the guy knew judo or something. He pinned my brother down and none of my brother's friends did nothing. That's the other problem of walking around with folks. Other folks will watch you get assaulted if y'all are down for one another.
If I see you get kicked in the face, real talk, if I see you get kicked in the face, why are we both going to get kicked in the face?
You know what? You got friends who will watch you get beat up and then will counsel you on what you did wrong.
Yeah, if I see you get kicked in the face, if I see a dude kick you in the face and I know he's capable of kicking niggas in the face and he wants to kick niggas in the face and has just successfully kicked a nigga in the face, why the fuck am I going to get kicked in the face with you?
No, that's when you slide around behind him and you hit him with that one hitter. Like you can't.
What you should have done in the first place.
You can't go heads up.
To the nearest store. I'm gonna find me a chair and walk back.
For a second, you gonna walk into a restaurant. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let me borrow this booth real quick.
You gotta find a bootleg restaurant that still got folding chairs so you can come back and Stone Cold.
You know what? But let me get jumped and my homies just watch. That's when I'm going out like Looper. I'll be right back.
Real talk.
Seriously, like if I get beat up and my friends stand there and watch, I don't want my friends to tell me what I could have done better. That's like us playing Fortnite and I get killed. And then my friend is like, you didn't see that person on the left? Like, what? What?
You didn't know that? You didn't see that white guy's black belt that he had wrapped around his waist? He was wearing a gi.
The best way to describe it is on Robin Hood Men in Tights, where he tells Dave Chappelle, watch my back. And dude punches him in the back twice, and he was like, your back just got punched twice.
I will say this, though. So here's the real question for you, Rashanii, since you're talking all this noise. Fight pops off. I'm in the wrong. I'm getting my ass kicked. Are you helping?
Well, this said a racist asshole is messing with her brother. If you're in the wrong, I'm going to counsel you. I'm a ride for you.
As I'm getting beat, you're like, look, Jay.
What's the situation here? Like, seriously, if it's somebody running up on you with a pack of folks, I'm a ride for you. I'm gonna protect you because you're my folks.
I feel like if it's me and you, and then like a bunch of people bring around, even if you are in the wrong. So like, remember when you were here, we were in that one restaurant. You kept singing whatever 80s song that was. Let's say that.
I think it was Shout. Like we had to come back.
Say that you'll never, ever, ever, ever leave me. Yeah. What song is that?
Yeah. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah, right. So let's say you were doing that, and some dudes were walking by, and they decided to pick a fight with you for doing that. I feel like I understand the place they're coming for wanting to beat you up for that because you were horribly off key. But I would still help.
I feel like if you're in the wrong, as your friend, I'm counseling you.
I don't need counsel. I'm a grown man.
I'm counseling you, But if it comes to a fact where people are coming up and they're really trying to assault you and hurt you, I don't know. I really don't. I got to be honest with you. If you do something horrible and they're coming for you, I might just be like, bruh, he's turning himself in. He's turning himself in.
No. Okay, so if I do something horrible, then I expect that like legally, you're going to take the legal stance. Like, I'm not trying to put your family in danger. I'm not saying like I just robbed a bank and I showed up in sack and I'm like, look at this sack of money I got. I need you to hide me. I'm not doing that. But I'm saying like, let's just say like someone spills a drink on me. I take it a little too far.
Oh, I got a story for that. Hold on. You're absolutely right. And here's the story. So my brother was at a strip club with me. And
I already like where this is going. All right. Okay.
And
so before you like when we talk about strip clubs, tell me the level. So like what level strip club we talking here? Like
topless club.
No. I'm talking about like lap dance. How much for a lap dance?
Oh, I don't bloody know. I was just there for my brother was there.
Okay, so if you were like it was a $2 lap dance place, I'd be like, oh my god, I now know what strip club we're in.
No, I think it was like $9 or $10 for a lap.
Okay. All right. So there's some respect for the ladies. Okay,
but we're at this strip club, and my brother is getting handsy. That's exactly what happens. My brother's getting handsy, and the bouncer tells him hands off, and my brother's like, all right, fine. He keeps drinking. First of all, strip clubs should be juice bars. Secondly, they shouldn't be juice bars because guys should be able to control themselves and not blame it on liquor. But third of all, my brother was drunk. And so he kept getting hands on, and so the bouncer threw him out. My brother was completely in the wrong. Bouncer throws him out. I drove. My brother comes outside, and he's like, you know what? Forget all y'all fools. I'm about to just kill all y'all. I'm about to kill everything moving. Y'all don't know me. I'm from Meadowview. I'm about to do this. I'm about to kill everything moving. And he turns to me, and he says, Rashanii, pop the trunk. This was right after Gogo was born. The only thing I had in my trunk was a stroller. And he's like, pop the trunk. And I'm like, you sure you don't want to just go home? And he's looking the bouncer dead in the eye. Bouncer's like 6'4", 290, like big dude. Pop the trunk. I'm about to show this fool. And I was like, all right, you get in the car and I'm going to pop the trunk. And he didn't want to get in the car. So I was like, you got to get in the car. And he was like, I'm going to pop the trunk. And they were calling the cops. And I was like, we got to go. And pushed him into the car and took off. I'm not popping the trunk because once we pop the trunk, the advantage is gone.
He sees the stroller and he's like, oh, so I can just beat the shit out of both of y'all now, huh?
With the stroller. As long as I leave the trunk closed, it's black man judo. You don't know if I got a gun.
You don't know if I got a stroller. Yeah, you don't know if I got diapers. You don't know what's in my trunk. Okay.
That shit goes from Boys to Hood to Benny Hill real quick when he chasing out with a fucking baby stroller. Like
y'all running around the car, running back and forth, just running back and forth around the car.
Like, stop playing, OJ. Stop playing, OJ.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good choice.
I have your back. It's just that after having said back, I would tell you that, man, that was messed up that I was in a situation where I had to do that for you.
Yes, I don't need that. I don't need you to tell me. Like, I know the situation is messed up. Like, okay, so, like I kind of dislike that in people when they're like, I need to tell you how messed up this is. Like, I know it's messed up. You act like I wanted it to be that situation. I know it's messed up. You don't have to tell me how messed up it is that I made you do X, Y, and Z. I get it.
You literally just counseled us on how you just literally weed-explained something to us, bro. Bro, you just did that.
I get it.
By the way, that's one thing. I heard it on a British show called Top Voice, and I was telling everybody, bro.
You shouldn't. It doesn't sound great with an American accent.
Bro.
It doesn't. You should just do it's like it would be like someone with an English accent calling everyone fam. Hey, fam.
I heard that too. Fam. Can I get some faux fam? I amuse me. I don't care about y'all. So, wait. Oh, never mind. So there's a movie that I need y'all to go see that you won't.
Black Panther? Yep. Gonna go see it February 16th. That's the only movie I'm talking about right now. Yeah. Hey, okay.
The reason why I'm asking because Bacon and all of them are getting together in Seattle to see it.
Yeah, where we going to go see it at?
Okay. I haven't even got my ticket yet.
Yeah. So what we're gonna end up doing, because we're gonna try to movie pass it, we're gonna go to the theater ahead of the schedule, buy the ticket with movie pass, and then come back that night.
Exactly. I'm taking half a day on that day so I can
Oh, I'm
drive
taking
to
off the whole day. Actually, I actually am taking February 16th off.
See,
We're
here's
gonna
the
go
thing.
see the movie. It's gonna be
Here's the
great.
thing. You're saying you're taking the whole day off, but I start work at 6 a.m., so a half day for me is 10:30. Movie theaters don't start till 11, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just taking the whole day off. I just rather have the whole day. I'm just gonna take the whole day.
The 2 days I'm going
I
to
ain't
take
got
the
no
day
job.
off
I got
for.
all days.
The 2 days I'm going to take a half day of work off for is that day, and then when The Incredibles Part 2 come out. Those are the 2 days I'm taking a half
I really
day off.
don't like movie theaters, man. Like, I don't.
Yeah, but you like Harlem World, dog. You don't have an opinion.
Like, okay, so I get like you're not liking movie theaters, but I feel like you can find a theater that you actually like. Because like when I was in Alabama, one of my favorite theaters was this old rundown theater that nobody really went to, and they showed like all up to date stuff, independent stuff that nobody really wanted to see, and it was dope, and it was around, and like I could easily be. I remember seeing like multiple movies in that theater, like in the audience by myself. Like I saw, I think it was Curse of the Golden Flower by myself in that theater, just chilling out. And like, you just have to find that theater for you, man. Like that's all you got to do.
There's only one like near me. Like Richmond is so large, but like trying to find a movie theater is the worst.
I feel like that's
like a half an hour. That's like a half an hour drive, dog.
Well, I think the issue too is that like movie theaters don't have like there's not any more really small movie theaters anymore. Like it used to be some like independent like little local theaters that only show like a couple things. I kind of miss those. I used to love like that in Alabama and like in Nashville. One of my favorite theaters in Nashville was just like it had like 3 screens and it was dope. Like I kind of miss that type of stuff. Like I wish there was more like that because that's more enjoyable. Where it's just like you and like maybe 50 other people really enjoying a movie together.
Yeah, they used to have something like that in Newport News, well, in Hampton, really, but that place closed down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I don't think it's the theater going experience as much as it is like the big cattle theaters where like they have like the 200 people in the theater and it kind of ruins the experience. Like, I don't think it's.
I'm more of a fan of having an opportunity to see movies by myself. Like if I can get into an empty theater, I watched the first time I used Movie Pass was to watch Spider-Man: Homecoming, and it was late enough in its run that it was completely empty, and it was just me watching it with popcorn, and it was glorious. But with Black Panther, I need to be in a crowd of people. I gotta be in a crowd of people to see that the first time. Like the second time I did. The first time I see it, I want to be in a crowd of Black people. The second time I see it, I want to be in a crowd of white people, so I can see how both sides listen to it and take it, and then I can just
like going to see Girls Trip. Was it Girls Trip? The one that had
the booty house.
Yeah, go to see that. With,
that's where you went with that.
No, exactly. Going to see that with like other Black people was so glorious. Like right? It was great. I remember saying it on the show after I did. I was like, that was the best. It was the best experience, and I do kind of want that with Black Panther. Like I do want to. I feel like going opening night, there's gonna be a lot of Black people there, and we're all gonna be like, yo, like this is for us. Like this is for us.
Certain movies there's no other way to see than like that, and Get Out, Black Panther. Purple Rain. I feel like Purple Rain was one of those movies you had to see like that.
Yo, Get Out was interesting because like I at the time I saw it, I had just left a white girlfriend, and I remember watching that with my then Black girlfriend. I guess my new Black girlfriend or new Black girl, who's now my girlfriend. Yeah, she's my current girlfriend now. At the time, I guess we were just kind of like dating. And I remember thinking, like, man, I'm really happy I didn't watch this with my ex because this would have been awkward for me.
Mm-hmm. So, she would have had a lot of questions.
I don't understand why he didn't trust any of those white people to begin with. They seem so nice.
A couple times, and then she finally finished off with, I just don't understand racism.
To be fair, though, who really does? Black people, obviously, right?
I was gonna say, I was just waiting.
It's like you heard. There's a whole news story about this one this teacher who I assume got fired or suspended, where she had all the black students in her room in a lesson on slavery, lay down on the floor, and then she stepped on them to teach them what it felt like to feel like a slave.
Was she saying that America was built on the back of black people? I don't really understand that.
Nope. It was a lesson during slavery, and so what she does is that she has the black students only in the room, have them lay on the floor, and then she stepped on them to say, this is what slavery feels like. So she was lecturing black people about oppression by exemplifying oppression with only black people in a room where there were more than just black people.
Was she from Virginia? Because that's literally on our flag.
Wait, what?
So white lady stepping on the backs of black
Virginia
children?
flag is like literally somebody standing on top of somebody. Like,
Get out of here. Are you serious? All right, hold up. I gotta look that up.
I feel like we should be enemies of Virginia.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna take this opportunity to shout out OK Google because I don't feel like typing. OK Google, show me the Virginia flag now.
You ain't got to say now at the end though. That's messed up. Like you're treating Google like we don't want to be treated.
She out there. She out there doing the Virginia flag. I told you, it's literally somebody standing on somebody like.
What? And it's six separate tyrannies, and it's deliciously ironic that they're saying we will never suffer tyranny while they literally stand on top of someone.
with the crown there, like we stepping on the king right now.
We won't stand for tyranny. We'll just stand on top of tyranny. What the fuck is up with Virginia, y'all?
Shit's fucked up, dog.
Oh,
at least it's white on white crime. Like let's look at it like
if one of those were black. I kind of wish the dude standing during the standing was black. That's why I feel like it should be. Like I want a state flag where it's like a black dude just just stand on top of a white dude. Like finally, we done made it. That's how we know.
I just want somebody like the next state that gets made. It's just be Omar Epps like this after he knocked out Michael Rappaport and
so was it higher learning? Yep.
Yeah.
You realize that's going to happen because there is an entire chunk of California who's trying to like secede from California.
Yeah, but they're the farmers. The farmers don't count. They count.
I mean, Vermont been trying to secede for the longest, bro.
The reason why they don't count is because they're farmers, so their work is like very important to the whole state of California. So they're never going to listen to them. They need that money throughout the state of California.
So you think they'll never let them secede?
Nope.
How are they going to keep them there though? Like that's what I'm saying.
They're going to be like in 5 years, come back to us. Okay, it's been 5 years. Oh, new government. Who this? Come back in 5 years. We'll talk about this further.
The old okie doke.
The old come back in 5 years thing. Or they'll just say, we'll see. Treat them like they're your kids. We want to secede. Let me make you a sandwich. I'll make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You go secede real quick.
I used to hate we'll see.
I just give him a Snickers. Like, you bugging. Let me get you a Snickers real quick.
Yeah, we'll see was horrible because you knew it wasn't going anywhere, but you weren't allowed to press the issue any further.
Yo, real quick, are we going to talk at all about Paul Ryan and his tweet celebrating a $1.50 tax cut?
No, because Paul Ryan's an idiot who thinks he's smart. Like, there's nothing worse than a smart idiot.
Yeah.
Why you look at me when you said that?
I mean, I think we all know why. I think we all know.
Side I'm on now, Jay.
Why? No, you're not a smart idiot. I mean, that will require you to actually be smart.
Wait. This is why we have. That's
I like that I did that and then proceeded to Muppet dance after it. I don't think you idea how happy that made me. The Muppet dance after it was.
And then you're gonna contrast that with the pseudo creepy whisper song that he did when you weren't listening.
Honestly, Yeah, you really are. Like, you're really gonna enjoy listening to this show, bro.
I feel like while I was doing something really good for my son, y'all were just like literally.
Ain't no y'all. Do not.
What you're gonna want to do is you want to get by yourself. You want to like just light some candles.
Like Jay.
You want to light some candles.
Jay,
turn the volume up. Make sure you're using headphones. I would recommend like noise canceling headphones. Get yourself like a pillow that you can back down on because you're really gonna want it.
Jay, what did you say? You know what's really funny about that whole thing, Jay? The funny thing about that whole thing
is your son going yes in the background.
No, funny thing about it is the fact that I do the final editing for the show. So that whole thing, I can listen to it and just cut it the fuck out.
Yeah, that's fine. People here already know.
People here already heard it.
You can't cut it out.
You still have to listen to it to cut it out. And you still have to listen to it to cut it out. So how do I not win? It doesn't matter to me that no one hears it. All that matters is that you fucking hear it.
So, my daughter Gogo, she was telling me about how she was telling my cousin that he looked just like me, and she was like, "This how he's how you're gonna look when you grow up." And she was like, I was like, "That's fucked up." And she was like, "I didn't mean to be a bad thing. I mean, you're how I look. I look like you." And I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna look like me when you grow up?" And she was like, "Well, I kind of already do look like you." And I was like, "Yeah, and the mustache." And she was like, "Yeah, and you got my breasts."
Oh,
that's my daughter. That's my daughter.
She gonna knock your ass out like fight night.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hit him with a right.
Hit him with a left. Hit him with a right. Like fight night.
And it was just like, what was it? Not Toasty. Toasty was the one that you used when you got hit by fire. The other one.
No, that was the uppercut. Toasty was the uppercut.
Yeah, when you hit him with an uppercut, it wasn't Toasty, was it?
Toasty was just a counter, right?
It was uppercuts.
Okay, so then she hit me off with the Toasty, and I was just like, I can't even say nothing. I was so proud of her. We laughed so hard, we scared the people in the restaurant. Oh, that was almost as good as when my homeboy went to the Chinese food restaurant with us, and we had all sat down. It was a buffet. And we were all ordering, and we ordered drinks, and we drank our drinks. And the waitress came back to, get refills for us. And she looked at mine. She was like, "You want a Sprite?" And I was like, "Yeah." She looked at Nisha's, and she said, "Do you want water?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she looked at my homeboy, and she was like, "Do you want a Diet Coke?" And he was like, "No, it was Pepsi." And she was just like, "Oh," and walked away. And we had a good long talk with her manager about fat shaming. But, yeah, the people around us did not have that conversation. And so we had to leave because they were laughing and saying something in a language we couldn't understand, but we knew who they were talking about. You didn't freeze, man. Don't do that. The audio recording isn't for that life.
We can actually see you kind of wobbling a little bit.
Right? Like you're shaking.
Yeah, I keep picking poor choices for my phrases. I mean, like I'm like framing like holding stuff. And I'm like, oh God, this was a poor choice.
No, all you got to do is you talk and you blink sometimes. So while you're talking, just implement the blinking, and then one time when you blink, just.
Okay, that works for audio. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll stop.
All of this works for audio. That's great.
Right. Like he did this first. It was him.
It's my personal favorite thing to do when it comes to the whole video section of the podcast. I like pretending like I got frozen. It's just fun for me.
You like playing freeze tag by yourself.
I'm sorry I enjoy shit that's not entertaining for the audio version of the podcast. I'm sorry.
You know what else he likes doing? He likes bullying the host.
Show up for the visual shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast right now and you're like, yo, I don't like this, you should show up for the visual shit and see me doing this. And you'd be like, you know what? That's a handsome motherfucker.
Yeah, the guy in the middle. The guy in the middle is a handsome motherfucker. I'm in the middle, right? Like, am I in the middle of y'all screens too? I should be in the middle. I better be in the middle. Bottom line, if I'm not in the middle, something's wrong here.
Is this like your request or a threesome? You want to be the dude in the middle? Because I mean, if that's your thing,
is there a way to be in the middle?
I would. Okay, I assume like if there's a girl involved, and there's three of us. I assume that like you're between like my dick and his dick. So like I enter you, you enter him, and then he enters her. So that way we're all getting right.
I don't know. Like I'm
trying
trying to
work,
but I don't know how that will work out. Like I think that's how it will work. I think I get.
That's not how it works.
I think that I get.
We don't make a human centipede together. That's
what I'm thinking. I think it would be.
Just line up and then.
Have you seen that movie yet? I still have not brought myself to see it.
I heard enough of the plot for me to know that's just some shit I'm not going to enjoy, both literally and figuratively.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a horrible. Like, I would need to be at the front of that centipede. I would need to be.
And they made more than one of those. Like,
yeah,
but they made more than one Saw.
Right.
Yeah, but but the first Saw.
No. Have you seen the preview for the straight to DVD Deep Blue Sea 2?
There's another one. Is Samuel L. No, he's dead.
Is LL Cool J in it?
No, it is straight to DVD. A whole bunch of people I don't recognize.
Why would I watch it?
It looks like it's going to be gloriously bad.
No, I'm all right. So, if y'all got stuff that you want us to talk about and stuff, just hit us up. 757-752-8236. Email us at thedreamteamgsk@gmail.com.
Why, Tony? You should never.
I'm not reading. That. You know what? I will read Ebert's review.
I read the basic concept in a passing interview about it, and I was like, "That's a movie I'll never see," and then I'm good. The basic concept, I was like, "What? Okay, done. I'm out. I know enough about it to now say that I'll never watch that."
That came out in 2010.
Yeah, man, you're old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was on.
That's gray hair in my beard.
I was on Twitch earlier, and because I was watching Pooh Bear do a live stream.
Were you on Twitch earlier? No, Tell me about.
I was watching Pooh Bear do a live stream. She plays The Sims with her mom.
Really?
And then afterwards, I was just kind of looking around, and I saw there were people playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 2005 Most Wanted. With Reza Callahan and all them. And Satisfaction came on, you know, the techno song. And someone said the greatest thing ever. They said, "Whoa, Stephen Hawking can sing." You're welcome.
That's a rare miss for you. That's a rare miss.
You
should have took us to the world of Twitch. I think that was where you lost all of us. No, thank you to Twitch.
I don't. Yeah, no. So again, I'm not gonna edit that out either because
you should. It's glorious.
You don't edit. So next time we have a show, will we have seen Black Panther? No,
because
we'll do a special Black Panther show. See Black Panther?
Yes, we will have seen Black Panther.
No, we won't.
Wait, no, it'll be the week before.
It'll be the week before
Black Panther.
So that's what I'm saying. So 2 shows from now, do y'all want to do like a Black Panther review show?
Yep.
So like that's the show.
Go see it early. I don't want to see it. I don't like crowds.
So shut up.
Don't do it for this. Do it for us, just so we can do the show about it.
Do it for the
Black
Twitch.
people.
Like how? Look, wait. How? Let's talk about how you literally chose this time to be the most contrarian supervillain ever. I don't do crowds, but you do all them cons.
I've only been to. I've been to PAX East twice, and I've been to MagFest twice.
Yo,
that's 4 cons, but you can't go to see Black.
Scar. I know you're not going to enjoy it, but could you please go see it for the show?
I'll try.
Thank you. That's all I'm going to ask. Thank you.
You know I ain't got no job. I don't have movie pass.
I am also willing. If you give me your PayPal, I will pay for you to go see it.
I got
no. I'm serious. I'll pay the IMAX price for it. I'll even kick
for real? I'll give you my PayPal. Cool.
No, not you. You shut up. You have movie pass. I will pay.
I don't have it for. Wait,
Scar, send me the time that you want to go to it. No, I'll pay for the ticket.
You got to be within 100 yards.
I got this.
No, I would just do it from my actual money. I work. I have money, Rashanii. I was going to pay for his ticket with money I have.
No, how do you make me feel so bad from across the world?
I live really close to you. What are you talking about?
I was thinking about flying up there on a red eye just to watch it with the homies one time too.
I'd be down for that.
That's what happens when you don't have any homies in your city.
Right.
Well, me and Affy are going. I believe we're going to dress up and really go into it. So
yeah, I got a red suit. I don't feel like that's really within the frame of what Black Panther should be dressed up as, but I waited too.
Like it's a movie
that seems like the kind of clothes that the brother with the thing in his lip would be.
I'm going to rent a tuxedo. That's it. I don't have anything else after that. I'm just going to rent a tuxedo. Full stop.
I'm going on Amazon right now to look up the Shikis.
Kente cloth. So I'm gonna look like the Congressional Black Caucus during the State of the Union. That's how we should.
And I'll probably end up looking like the white guy from House Party 2.
Okay.
The one who thought he was wearing.
No. We know who it is. You can sit in that. Just enjoy that right there.
Yep.
The one from poor righteous black.
No.
Young black teenagers.
No.
Yeah. Ooh, that's dope.
Let that ride out.
That shirt right there is dope. I might just get that.
The one with Black Panther with the crown, that shit's awesome.
No, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna wear a Black Panther shirt to Black Panther. I just feel like that's not how this works.
I mean, what if
you always dress up like
Black Panther?
Wow, the only size they got is 3XL.
Oh, that fits.
Not anymore. I've lost 41 pounds.
Yeah, because you can't eat.
These braces are kicking my ass. But yeah, like I said, hit us up, 757-752-8236. The Dream Team, GSK at gmail.com. Apparently, I'm still an A cup.
You can holler at my Instagram. I will take pictures of stuff that I'm doing, or my Twitter. I'm adjective_J on Twitter, and I think I'm just adjective J on Instagram.
I am Rashanii on Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm also Rashanii. I try not to deviate because I want people to actually find me.
I'm Scarfinger on both. The only thing that I've posted recently
I'm adjective_J on both.
I was watching Black Lightning, and the last episode of Black Lightning, the younger daughter changed her hair, and she looked exactly like Pooh Bear, and it creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah, I remember you showed that, and she did look like Pooh Bear, and it didn't creep me out. I was just like, it's dope, but I understand how it would creep you out because you get easily creeped out.
No. Have you seen that episode?
Yes, I have.
The conversation that they were having in that episode is why it was creepy, and her hair changed for that part of the episode.
Mm-hmm. So, again, thank y'all so much for checking us out. We really do appreciate it. We'll holler at y'all next week. Thank you for being with us today, Tally. Thank you so much for being with us, Stephanie. We do a live crowdcast every Sunday that we do this show, so holler at your boys. That's about it. We'll holler at you later. Be good. Peace.
I feel like that was a solid show.